What's up, YouTube? Mike from Mass here, Mass Aquarium's Sunday night, and I'm bringing you another episode of Fish Keepers Screw Ups. This is episode 8. I'm making a lot of mistakes, and I'm sharing them with you. So, what's my Fish Keeper Screw Up tonight? Well, going through the rescape of this tank, I kept dosing the same amount of ferrets that I was dosing when it was completely full of plants. Now, it took me almost a year to dial in my dosing for the last scape that was going on with this tank. My tank was, 95% algae free. Nobody's tank is completely algae free. But my dumbass, which I didn't realize what was going on, I was trying to figure out, I've got some algae in this tank. I've been getting some diatoms, and I've also been getting some blue-green algae and a lot of green. It almost looks like blackbeard algae, but it's green all over my driftwood. Green spot algae on the glass, and I'm like, what is going on? I couldn't figure out what was going on. Well, you know what? Finally, it dawned on me. Bing! I was dosing the same amount of potassium and iron and flourish when it was completely a jungle, fully planted, when I had enough plants to soak up all those nutrients. When I rescaped, I took all the plants out, put new plants in, and I kept my iron and my potassium dosing the same. Now, I have 75% less plants in this tank now. And I realized the reason why I'm getting all this algae is because I'm feeding this tank with CO2, highlights, and a buttload of nutrients that the tank doesn't need because I don't have enough plants to take in all those nutrients. I'm basically dumping algae food in this tank, and I'm just feeding it with all this light. So, I'm going to stop dosing completely for the moment right now until I can dial this in. I'm doing a big water change, and I went to my last resort. I sprayed all my driftwood down with hydrogen peroxide. I sprayed my glass, all my equipment down, did a nice cleaning. So, Fish Keeper Screw Up, number 8, overdosing. I've overdosed this tank with nutrients, and I'm paying the price. So, but I'll get it back. It's all a matter of cutting down my nutrients, cutting down my lights a little, and letting the tank, the plants get what they need from the tank before I slowly start to increase some of my dosing. Now, another quick tip about overdosing is Flourish Excel. I used to use this in this tank before I set up CO2. Now, this one is a big-time overdoser. My 30 low-tech tank, which absolutely runs nothing, you can see a long time I did a video about this, did start to get a little bit of algae, so I started to dose Excel, and I completely wiped out all my plants. I melted everything because I dosed a recommended amount instead of slowly doing about 1/2 or a quarter of the amount recommended and then slowly working your way up. So overdosing in 2 scenarios. I've done this in the past with Excel. Did this right now with all my nutrients, all my ferrets, and I've screwed up. I've took a tank and it's getting quite a bit of algae. I know you can't see it now because I just did a big cleaning, but yeah, overdosing. My screw up. Hoping you guys will benefit from this. If you're going to start dosing a tank, start off very small and increase over weeks, even months at a time until you start to see maybe a little bit of algae, then you know you're overdosing. As far as Flourish Excel goes, I wouldn't even use it anymore, but if you're going to use it, start off with like 1/8 of the dose and then slowly work your way up over 1, 2, 3, a month at a time, and just watch your plants very carefully. And that's what I got for you. So, this is Mike from Mass. Fish keeping screw ups for you all. I hope you're learning. I'm out.